everybody,
Hey, how's it
and
going?
welcome to Magic Mondays. I'm David, Christian, Josh. Gentlemen, thanks for being here.
Every week?
Every week, baby. 2 o'clock, here to talk about some Magic. Okay, Alfredo, take the card cam. This is hysterical to me. This is what we walked into today. To giant baiting, and I thought about this for a second, and I was laughing. I'm like, why is giant baiting sitting here? Now, for those of you who don't know our man Alfredo out there, he's just testing and making sure, but he left it here, and I was like, create a 4/4 red and green giant warrior creature token with haste. Exile will be in your next end step, and you can conspire. I'm like, I actually don't hate it. I'm like, if I got this in a draft, I'd be pretty excited.
That's why it's in the set.
But yeah, anyway, all right. So hey guys, welcome to the show. I did. I got giant baited. That absolutely worked. Welcome to the show. How was your guys' weekend?
Good, man.
Anything exciting? There's a pretty big event going on down at Game Master.
Yeah.
Yes. There was a huge event. Big money Friday Night Magic.
Little money?
Yeah. Do you know who won that?
No, who won that?
I did.
Oh! Straight cash on me.
What deck were you playing?
That's a secret.
Wait, what do you
No,
mean it's a secret?
run 'em up red.
Run 'em up red.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So
Run them up.
what'd you run into that night?
The deck that I thought was gonna win was White Blue Approach. Actually, ran into one with a splash of red, and I mean, it was just counter for everything. You know, you think control already, but it was. I mean, maybe it was just the deck. Like one time, it was like, all right, can you do anything this turn? Okay, next. You know, like he played it once and then already had it in his hand, so could play it again. Then it was like the next time it was like anytime I put out a Chandra, and I boarded Chandra's in, and it was just like exiled, you know, and it was just like anything else was just like, you know, here's lightning, you know, it's like everything there was an answer for. It seemed. I was like, oh my god, this thing's filthy. Thank God some of the dirty decks took it out. You know, a little black blue control. Yeah. Matched that. I was like, did my dirty work for me. All right, let's go.
Nicely done. Yeah, no, we Nationals was this weekend, and interesting topic.
Definitely.
Very, very interesting topic. It wasn't the same 3 decks. Obviously, black blue control was still there. It won. It's pretty strong. Hey, it's me. But for the first time, that I at least remember seeing in top 8 in recent time, we had white blue approach, just what you ran into. Yep. This one was strictly white blue. We'll go and throw it up on there. First thing that pops out to me, obviously you're running 3 approach of the second sun. And Alfredo will put that up for us so we can take a look at it. That's the aspect. Let's start with
a giant thing on
there. There we go.
Hey.
So here's white blue approach. Approach to the second sun. Okay, so this is one of those cards that when you're going through it and you're looking at it going, okay, well this would be an interesting win condition. But how many of them do you have to run to try and get that second one? Because it's one thing to have it 7 turns away. The 7 turns can be an eternity. That could be a match. So what do you have to do to get so in here, Peter's running 3 of them, and then he's also running what I love, 3 fumigates. So it's just like we're gonna keep clearing the board.
I'm telling you, man, it's pretty filthy, and especially Glimmer. That's the key to this whole thing. Like I felt like because you're scrying 2, all right, forget those. I'm drawing 2. It's like there goes 4 cards.
There's quite a few ways in this list as you look through it. There's quite a few ways too, like once you cast approach from the second suns and put it 7 cards down. Supreme Will lets you look at the top 4 and get rid of them. Glimmer, like he said, looks through the top 4. Pull from Tomorrow can actually just get you straight there. Where, all right, the next turn you're like, pull from Tomorrow for 8 and draw these ones. It's like, you're dead. Also the search for, is it Azcanta? Or Art Azcana? That one does it too. Once you
flip it.
Well, even before you flip it, you can get rid of a card every turn. So instead of it being 7 turns away, you're looking at it 3 turns away.
That's right.
But if you actually flip the card, now you're looking at being able to get at the top 4. I mean, you can get at that approach from the second sun's like a turn, maybe 2 turns later, you know?
You definitely want a way to get rid of it.
Yeah, and the other thing too that at least that stood out to me, again, something like Supreme Will. This is one of those cards that's so versatile. You know, again, you can counter those, you know, some of those larger spells, especially early on.
Right.
But like you said, you're going down, you're looking at 4 cards.
Yep.
Like you're getting through your deck so quickly. You know, it's really funny. Now, one of the things too, you know, as far as land, everyone seemed to be running 2 Field of Ruins. So apparently, everyone decided, you know what? I don't like you having 2 lands.
Yeah.
Like that's it. I mean, it's okay. The rest of them are fine, but these 2 we're gonna go ahead and throw out. But you know, so here we have a deck that's not Mardu, that's not Temur, like something that did really well, and it's kind of encouraging because now we're starting to mix it up. Like you said, how it would do against Red Run, apparently okay.
Yeah, I felt like with the red I had a little more removal, but with white blue, there was one could have been, you know, person playing it, but
Sure.
you know, there's a lot of life gain that they had, you know, and Gideon hits the board. It's like, okay, well, I'm killing Gideon,
Sure.
and I'm going to kill you. So it's a matter on Chandra's boarding those in. But again, it depends on the match. But like, you know, then nothing's hitting my Chandra, so pretty soon I'm going to pop in any spell I play.
Right.
I'm going to, you know,
Yeah, and
5 damage
and
spell.
again, like I said, Fumigate's one of those cards. It's really an interesting thing. Like, I'm gonna give you a land, that's fine, but we're gonna get rid of all these creatures, and I'm gonna delay this again. Like, all of this is just delay, and I'm gonna go through my deck. I was really impressed by it. And again, I'm really excited to see it because it's something different.
And I think that Fumigate, you know, definitely when there's decks that don't, you know, have all the basic land, you know,
Yeah.
as we're seeing a lot of 3-color decks in the format right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Definitely, you're like, oh well, you know, you might board wipe 5, and then they might not. They might get 2 lands.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
so-
Well, we're gonna.
Oh wait, what though? I think we're confusing Fumigate with the other one.
Sorry.
No, Fumigate's not the one that lets you get lands. It's the one that kills all
Fumigate's-
creatures. You gain a life for each creature that
Right.
dies.
That's right. I apologize.
No worries. It's the
Next
I saw them both because I had my board
Saw
wiped
them
a
both.
lot of
Hey,
times.
it happened a lot.
the new one that just came out too. We'll call it Super Path to Exile. I think.
Yeah.
Is that,
Oh,
that one's
Jesus.
actually an instance. You can play that one during combat, so it gets rid of all of their
Yeah.
attackers. They get to get a land for
right.
each. But
The Essence Scanner.
right.
Yeah.
But no, I mean definitely a point. You look at some of these decks; they don't have a ton of basic lands. So if you did hit them with that card, I mean,
Right.
they might not be getting the lands every time.
No, and that's also one of those things. So the next one that did really well, again, kind of a new one we've seen is as Abzan tokens. This token deck, of course, the first thing I noticed, Sacred Cat. You know, because why not? And
Absolutely.
Why not put 2? But again, here we go. Fumigate, you're gaining life. Anointer Priest, you're gaining life. Like, there's a lot of life gain in this deck, which is kind of an interesting. But then what stood out to me with this deck is here's just Vraska, Relic Seeker. Here you go. She's sitting there. Now, here's my question to you guys. Obviously, you're making tokens with this, so her ability to make 2/2 tokens with Menace, that's really, really, really strong.
Huge.
And your win condition, God, if you get her to 10 and you take someone to 1 life, like, she also supplies you with a lot of remove. Because what stood out to me is he's running 3. So he's not afraid to kill her to remove large creatures.
Absolutely.
I mean, and that was just. But yeah, Sacred Cat, Anointer Priest, start and finish. You're gonna put out some more tokens, bring them back. Legion's Landing, you're making tokens. You flip it, you're making more tokens. You know, Treasure Map, you flip it, you're drawing cards, you're making other things. Hidden Stockpile, every turn. God, if you lose, you're making more tokens.
No, absolutely.
You know, Anointed Procession, doubling season basically.
Yeah.
You know, so you're making a lot of tokens. So it was, again, this was one of those decks. It was just like, okay, here we go. Now, here's a situation where he only has 9 basic lands. So if you're able to, you know, knock out some of his bigger ones, you know, those count. Now, is there anything other than Fatal Push? Is there anything that stands out to you? I'm wondering if, like,
I love that it has Anointed Procession because that card has always been like a favorite of mine. So for those, it's not on the screen. So it's a 4 mana white enchantment. It costs 3 and 1 white mana. Anytime you would make a token, instead you make 2.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna make 1 treasure,
Twice that amount.
double the treasure. If you're gonna make 1 cat token out of the graveyard when you flash back your Sacred Cat, instead you get 2. And again, Anointer Priest triggers on each one of those
yeah,
things.
so you're getting some life.
Right.
Now, this is going to take a very patient person. willing to lose a lot of life to gain a lot of life.
Absolutely.
But again, this finished top 8 at Nationals, and so, you know, for Drew Bates, congratulations. 'Cause
Right.
This is really cool.
And I think one of the reasons he probably did so well at this tournament is you saw a lot of blue-black control decks, you saw a lot of white-blue control decks, and you saw a few other variants of control decks. You saw other, you know, random blue-red decks that were a little bit slower using Torrential Gearhulk and some of the new burn or whatever. This, to me, looks like a deck that would just tear apart the control decks. Like, basically, I'm looking at this deck list, and a Fumigate is a dead card against you. Any form of actual removal, almost a dead card. Like, I don't want Fatal Pushes in my deck against this. You can kill the Priest or the Cat, but like, you're not really killing much. You're killing random tokens. So things that can't actually deal with your enchantments on the board. I mean, as you get an Anointed Procession, you know, I mean, good gosh, if you get a second one.
Oh, forget about
it. And it's because then it goes from 1 to 2 to 4.
Yeah.
You know, if you get a third one, it goes to 8, but you know, we'll keep it in line.
In the realm of realism.
Any of the enchantments together just become insane.
Absolutely.
Like, a Legion's Landing with a hidden stockpile means that every turn you're going to be able to make this guy, you're going to be able to send with this guy. If they kill that guy, you're replacing it with a guy and scrying. If they don't kill it, you can still sack the guy to scry and it'll replace itself. You know, if you get Anointed Procession with hidden stockpile, now every time you sack one guy, you get 2. And
you want to waste damage on that. You want to waste damage on the one.
Right. So I mean, its ability to play a long game with the control decks is seems really, really great. And I think that's too why you see some of the lifelink things in there, like something like a Sacred Cat. That's kind of like a hedged bet against the room map red decks. Your deck's already very, very good at card advantage. Already put tons of threats on the board, even if they're only 1/1s. So the control decks already got a lot of good stuff going on. The decks that you're gonna have a little bit more trouble with are probably a deck like room map red that's, you know, 2/2, 2/2, 2/3, 2/3, 2/3, 4/4, like all right in a row. And the way you kind of get around that is, you know, again, turn 1 Sacred Cat, turn 2 Anointed Priest, double block your guy. Turn 3 make a token, gain a life, double block your guy. Like bring my guy up, double block your guy.
But there's a new dinosaur, 3/3. Players can't gain life like that.
Oh yes, our good friend.
Our good friend.
Our good
put
friend.
that on a board.
And he has menace.
That definitely that helped me and when I got to the top 8.
3/3 for 3 is good. 3/3 for 3 and menace is really good.
Yeah, 3/3 for
And by the way, you can't gain life.
Also,
wow.
anytime a creature enters play under your control,
you're going to take damage.
One. That is, I think that card in itself is probably why you see in this deck, there is 1 start to finish. Which lets you sack a creature to kill a creature. There is 4 Fatal Pushes. 3 Fumigates. Renegade Maps to help you trigger the Fatal Push to make sure that it can kill the 3-drop that is going to kill you. And then 3 Cast Outs to make sure. Because I think that 3-drop is pretty unbeatable for this deck if you if he stays anywhere near the board for sure.
No, it's that I think that dinosaur is amazing. And then finally, congratulations to Tamaj. Is it Tamajko? I never can say it right.
Oliver sounds right.
Tomato.
Tomato. Anyway, Oliver took home Nationals. He won and playing blue-black control. No big shock here. Blue-black control. I mean, it's pretty powerful right now. I think this is one of the decks that only got stronger with Ixalan, and being able to put Vraska's Contempt in there. I mean, that card, you know, he put 3 of them in there. Target creature or planeswalker. You're gaining 2 life. The 2 life's almost irrelevant. Although it can make a huge difference, especially late game. Just that extra damage you're forcing people to do to you.
And the exile aspect of it too.
And that's huge. You're exiling things. Again, we're not allowing things to come back from graveyards. We're not allowing cards to be played from graveyards. So we're doing that. You know, again, Fatal Push. Like we see again, there's so much control in here. And you know, again, the Scarab God, he's just annoying. I mean, unless you're playing him. But, you know, not a huge shock that this is kind of what took it, but it's good to see. Now we're starting to get a variety of decks. We had vehicles in there. We had Mardu. We had some energy game, you know, with Temur and stuff. So there was a really good variety of top 8. It wasn't just half and half like we saw, you know, a week ago. Where everything was either blue-black control or Mardu vehicle, you know, or Temur. We had 3 decks. Now we've got 5 legit decks who all did really well, and so I'm actually pretty excited where Standard is right now, and it's gonna only get more and more interesting. You know, I think as people are starting to realize some of the power of these tokens, especially those 1/1 vampires with lifelink.
Great turn upwards.
Oh, like that 1/1 with lifelink's pretty strong.
We have Lord Chelsea here saying, if you don't let Walking Ballista and Hydra hit the board, Black Blue Control wins all day, every day. I was like,
Yeah, and you just got to keep that from getting there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Another cool thing is I'm looking at this deck list. I don't know if you guys noticed this. The black-blue control deck that won, in his sideboard actually has 8 2-drop creatures. 4 Gifted Aetherborn, who's a 2/3 lifelink and death touch. Obviously against Runemac Red.
Yeah.
He does a good job of blocking all the little guys. He actually doesn't die to some of the little guys.
Sure.
And gives you lifelink and death touch. So if you happen to play against like a mid-range Naya Dinosaurs deck or something, he essentially can sit on the board as removal, because most of the time in the second and third games, if you're playing blue-black control, you're gonna sideboard out a lot of the removal.
Yeah.
So bringing in a guy with death touch that can just sit on the board and kind of protect your board is actually pretty cool.
It's like still having removal.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other guy, Glint Sleeve Siphoner, if you guys aren't familiar with him, he's a 2/1 creature for one colorless and a black. When he enters the battlefield or when he attacks, he makes an energy, and then you're allowed to pay energy to draw a card. So just a card advantage engine, you know. So I would think those are against the
like lose a life draw card.
I think it's flip a card. I think it's reveal the top card and lose life equals cost.
Yeah.
Still
though.
Added card advantage engine on a tiny 2/1 with menace body, and I'm thinking those ones are more for the other control matchups. Playing against blue-white, against blue-black. So you're looking, if you play, I'm blue-black game 1 and you're playing blue-white, you know, you're going to look at a bunch of cards that are automatically coming out of your deck. Is you're bringing out Fumigate. Like, you're bringing out your little removal spells because there's not a whole lot of it. So me being able to bring in 4 of those creatures that have a lasting effect in the game, provide me some card advantage.
Pretty strong.
Some early damage.
It almost changes the deck without changing it at all. Like, and but and again, when you're playing Magic at this level, your sideboard is as important as your main deck. Because if you can't, you need to know what decks you could go up against. So if you're playing an approach to, an approach deck, what do I need to swap out? What am I going to see? I'm not going to see creatures. So I got to figure out, okay, how do I get past this? If you, like you said, if you're playing mid-range dinosaurs, like that's gonna be slightly different. So being able to adapt to all those things, obviously hugely important.
Speaking of boards, I'm kind of shocked. I mean, that I feel like Lost Legacy might see some play in a board, because you're finding that I had it played against me, and and it's just like, boom, there goes all my Hazrats, like gone. Like it's like. You definitely don't start with it, but game 2, once you see the deck, you're like, that's gone. So with some of these, decks here, especially, find the card that's gonna trigger everything, no Vraska, find the thing and just
no approach.
Get rid of it. Yeah, no approach.
Sorry, you can't play approach anymore. Wait,
so. I believe it's a non-legendary, non-artifact. So that might be why it's seeing a little bit less play, because it can't hit some of the artifacts and some of the gods. I don't think it can hit.
It's non-artifact.
Yeah, I think.
Let's look it up.
Is it just non-artifacts?
Either way,
that's what the interwebs is for.
I know that it can't hit Torrential
Gearhulk. That's right. You're like, it doesn't work there. Oops, my fault. No, it's. But again, it's good to see Standard kind of, expanding a bit.
Oh, absolutely.
And seeing some more different things. And for me, it's kind of exciting just because one of the things that's always intimidating, especially walking into like a Friday Night Magic, it's like if you don't have one of the...
Non-artifact, non-land.
Oh, non-artifact, non-land. Okay, so that's what it was.
Yeah.
So it can't hit Torrential, but it can hit Scarab God.
Yeah.
Okay. Or
But,
as Hazarets.
Yeah, like House of It.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah.
But it can be intimidating because if you don't have one of those 3 decks, you can be like, well, there's no chance. I don't have these cards, so I just can't do it. Well, it's like, well, here you go. Here's 6 decks that made the top 8.
Yeah.
So
and even though there's decks that weren't top 8, but what's kind of been bad about Standard is here's the same 3 decks, here's the same 3 decks, and it's like you couldn't even create a deck and enjoy it and have fun against it. These you can still yes, there's a lot of control, but we got to see some cat decks. We got to see some dinosaur decks. And
for Nick Vieira,
I haven't. It's been a long time in Standard since you've seen people. It's like knowing, okay, I don't have the best, but I'm gonna show up and play in the tournament, and I'm just gonna have fun. Because I lost, but I gotta play dinosaurs.
I gotta play dinosaurs, and that's cool.
So even saw
no Merfolk guys. Just saying.
Not yet.
No, there is a Merfolk deck out there and it's going to destroy.
No, I
Guaranteed.
disagree. I
know
disagree.
you hate. You have
I don't hate. It's just fact.
hate.
People don't like. Someone at Wizards. There's like the one guy who's like, no, there have to be more.
Saw some
every single time.
Resurgency of Jund.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, I mean there was a lot. It was there wasn't if there was 16 people, there was at least 8 different decks.
Oh yeah.
So
well, no, and that is.
And each
fun.
one was a variation. It wasn't just. It was nice not seeing everything just net to like, okay, this is what I'm playing.
Well, the other thing too is, I mean, that's to me what I always try and tell people what Friday Night Magic is about. Come up with the deck you want to play. It doesn't have to be good. Go have fun.
Go have fun.
I remember years and years ago taking a land destruction deck to a Friday Night Magic, and I beat a guy and he was so mad at me. And it's the only guy I beat all night. Like I lost every other match, and that was fine. But he's like, this is the worst deck ever. I'm like, then how come I beat you?
This is why Magic is terrible.
Yeah, I mean, granted, everyone did hate me after that fact, but anyway, no, congratulations again to Oliver.
Absolutely, man, and can I just say, awesome team for America in Magic.
Yes,
like. Oliver is amazing. One of the most naturally talented players I think anybody has ever seen.
Yeah.
His actual statistics are through the roof.
Yeah.
Like I cannot imagine in, the probably 5 more years it will take him to be Hall of Fame eligible.
Right.
Because I don't think he's been playing that long. Maybe I'm off on the 5 years, but
4.
His stats are impeccable. He's
Should we
amazing.
just put him in now?
Jerry Thompson, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, got to be one of America's favorites. And if it's not Jerry Thompson, America's favorite's got to be a Reed Duke, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you could add William Jensen as an honorary 4th on this team, you're looking at 4 of the favorite people in Magic. It's just awesome to see a team where it's just constant smiles. I don't know if you guys saw the photo, and there's a photo of Reed Duke and Jerry standing there, and they're holding Oliver, and he's laying across them. See that amount of fun in the game like that. That's what That's what it's about. It's traveling with the other people you play with. Country versus country is always a cool concept. So, when you do Team World, it's always great to be able to root for your country.
Guardian 1 with the wind, Merfolk.
No, be quiet, dear. Anyway.
That dude loves fish.
Yeah, tell Veer to build a Merfolk deck, and then we'll talk. Like he's just all like he's like, I just want to play with my dinosaur. Build your Merfolk deck, dude. Quit acting all tough. Like you have a dinosaur deck, dude. We all got it. That's it. Like build a Merfolk deck. Prove me wrong.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for you doing it.
You have 1 week.
Yeah, you got 1 week, buddy. Bring it on. We'll have a good time with it. All right. So, again, congratulations, guys. I'm excited about Worlds. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I really hope that fun and that levity goes into the. I know it gets serious, especially once we get towards the end, but these are fun. Like you look at an event, even like the World Cup in soccer, it's supposed to be fun. Like when you first get there, it's fun.
Refreshing and new.
Yeah, let's have a good time with it. Anyway, so next thing that kind of came up this weekend, and actually it happened at kind of the end of last week, that I saw was, so we have Magic with the cards in the stores, but then we also have Magic Online. And then there's Magic, whatever it is they're trying to do now with the other. There are going to be 2 Magic Onlines, but we won't get into that. So now that Commander is a viable, play type on Magic Online, they've started expanding their ban list a little bit. And this week, our good friend Emrakul got the axe.
And no friend of mine.
So I know everyone's devastated. People are just like, why? But no, he's gone. So the Aeon's Torn is gone. So what it made me think about was the fact that, here's Emrakul. When he came out, the big argument became, what's an ability? Is it colorless? Does it have to say target? Does it not have to say target? So, how do you get rid of it, right? There was really only one answer at the time.
O-Ring.
Yeah, you just had to Oblivion Ring him. So everyone just started running 4 Oblivion Rings. Or at least 3. Because, God forbid, Emrakul actually has support. So, it was one of those cards Magic's like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done this. Maybe it's too overpowered. Okay, cool, it's gone. Right? So then they got rid of Alistander because, people cried. It's like how people cry about Outlandish country.
Right.
Yeah, but I think it's a little bit of
Tell them to put Necrotal in their deck and shut up.
Well, that's my thing. I had people arguing Necrotal doesn't work. Why wouldn't it? How can Oblivion Ring work and Necrotal can't.
Yeah, you can target by things in play.
Yeah, anyway. But it was one of those things. So then, this graphic that Alfredo just threw up, we'll put it up again. So then, now this was more story driven. Because we went to a new story cycle, we brought Emrakul back. He became the Promised End, right? 13-13, a little bit smaller, got rid of the Annihilator. We realized people really hate Annihilator. But, you know, fine trample, protection from instants. So now you can do a few more things to him. But, you know, it was one of those things. Well, he also got banned from Standard not long after entering Standard originally. So here's Emrakul, this poor guy. He's like, I just want a hug.
Girl.
And we just keep getting rid of him. So my question is, so obviously not in Ixalan, probably not in the next set, but after this, are we gonna get like an 11-11 Emrakul who's slightly less good? We're like, no, we're gonna keep trying this. Maybe we get rid of him costing one less for all these cards in your graveyard. You can't take over. We'll just make him like a fun 11-11 flying trample protection from instants.
Right.
Or something like that. Like, how many tries before they finally go?
I think the second one would have been fine if it didn't have the first part. The part where his casting cost changes is the part that causes, like, rounds to go to time. Right? Because I have to sit there and think constantly, right? I have to keep track of what's in my opponent's graveyard and what's in my graveyard to know how soon either of us are to playing Emrakul.
Right.
So if you're my opponent, you already have a creature in your graveyard, it takes me an extra minute to think, do I want to kill his Planeswalker? And if I kill his Planeswalker, does that put enough card types in his graveyard that he can then draw a land and cast Emrakul? And those kind of thought processes and having to constantly keep track of a changing casting cost was one of the main reasons they gave for banning him. On top of stealing a player's turn is just never fun.
No.
Like, it's not a good time. Especially when that card's coming down for 8 mana, you know, 8, 9 mana and coming down early. You're talking about just like games where, I mean, if you watch the Pro Tour that Emrakul was at, you literally watched games where it was Emrakul to steal your turn after the next one. The other player would steal an Emrakul to steal a turn after the next one. Then another player would untap and try to discard their hand to just... You're literally watching Emrakul battles where it was hard to keep track of who was controlling whose turn and who got the next turn.
Wait, is it your turn or my turn?
Right. And those kind of things are just, I mean, man, especially as a judge, I was judging some tournaments around that time.
Double stamp, triple stamp.
Yeah.
You know, you went from like 1% of your matches go to time, maybe, to like 40% of your matches were going to time because it was all, you know, black-green or black-green-red Emrakul decks that were just literally... Even on turns 2 and 3, they were like, okay, can I cast this card on turn 2? Can I sack my enchantment to look at the top 4 without it doing...
Yeah, exactly.
It was an infuriating
and I understand
it.
And honestly, stealing someone's turn is the greatest thing in Magic and the worst thing to have happen to you. Sorry, Mark Deppy. I do it to him all the time in Commander. I just pay the 8 and steal his turn, and he literally walks up and walks away. Like, he's like, I don't even care what you do, just go away. But anyway, so this Emrakul thing, so it's been about, what, 5 years now, I think? 5-6 years since we had the Aeon Storm, since Zendikar. Yeah. Right? Maybe a little bit longer than that. It's anyway.
Somewhere in that range.
So it got me thinking. There was another card that they got rid of.
I don't know. For me, it's been 2 years because you know I had to see that thing come back in Modern Masters.
Yeah, exactly.
15.
But anyway, so it made me think. There was another card they got rid of in the Commander Online, and it was Demonic Tutor. And so it really made me. It started laughing. So this first Demonic Tutor came out in 1993 with Alpha. This was how you win if you had black and you win got a card. Search your library for one card, take it in your hand, reshuffle your library afterwards. Super strong. One black, one colorless.
Yeah.
What do you want, right? So, okay, so 1993, this game comes out, you know, everyone's having a blast, everyone thinks it's great. They're like, okay, so maybe that's too strong. Okay? Right. So what do? So, okay, fast forward now, 1997. Vampiric Tutor. Okay, one black now. You're going to search your library for a card, shuffle your library, put the card on top, and you lose 2 life, right? So this came out in Visions in 1997. So, you know, 4 years later, we're like, oh, this Demonic Tutor thing, man. This is getting out of control. We'll do this, okay? Now, as fellow Magic players, and I know you both have dabbled in black occasionally, do you care about 2 life?
Absolutely not.
Not even in the slightest. As I think Kobe Bryant taught us, you ain't got to dunk on everybody, man. No. 2 points is 2 points.
2 points.
So then they're like, okay, wait. This Visions thing is out of control. So now we're going to go to Cruel Tutor. Same year, came out in Portals later that year. So now it's two colorless and a black. Search your deck for any card, shuffle your deck, put it on top, you lose 2 life. So literally they're like, whoa, 1 is way out of hand.
Right. Also, Cruel Tutor is a sorcery.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Sorcery,
So it's not even you can play on the
instant,
end
end of their turn,
Yeah.
draw it on the next.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, we gotta charge more. Like, we gotta slow this down. This is out of control.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're at 3. So then we're like 2 years later, we're like, oh, I don't know. So now we have the Grim Tutor. And Grim Tutor comes out, and still the 3. 1 colorless, 2 black now, so maybe a little bit harder. Search your library for any card and put that card into your hand. But now you lose 3 life. And again, as gentlemen who have dabbled in black,
now it goes into your hand.
right
and
to
you're
your
not
hand.
drawing it.
Do you
don't care about the
do
life
you care about
loss.
your 3 life?
Absolutely
No.
not.
Okay, so now 2 years later, hallelujah, we have found an answer. Diabolic Tutor. Okay? 2 colorless, 2 black. Go find it. Put it in your hand. Shuffle your library. Done. That's it. We're done. It only took us 8 years to figure this out and 5 attempts.
Right.
And now Diabolic Tutor, I mean, it's in
Makes sense that it came out in Odyssey too. Odyssey is probably the best Magic set ever.
Right. And it's in
amazing.
basically every core edition. I think Diabolic Tutor just came out again in the last set. You know, it's not going anywhere. It's sticking around. Now, granted, you have other things like Beseech the Queen. You have some other black cards that allow you to go search for stuff. But here's this tutor. So we started with Demonic Tutor. And we ended with Diabolic Tutor. And again, like you said, no longer an instant.
Yeah.
Now it's a sorcery. We went from costing 1 colorless, 1 black to 2 colorless, 2 black. Only took 8 years. So here's my question. What does Emrakul look like in another 3-4 years? Do they finally get it right? Like, is this how, like, if we go back through Magic, is this how many years it takes to finally go, well, here's the thing. We really like this ability. I want black to be able to go find a card. But it's going to cost you something. Okay, no big deal. But how long is it going to take us to get this right?
I think if there's another Emrakul, it'll follow the trend of kind of being like not as great. I wish there was an Emrakul that allowed you to do something with the mana. It's like an ability they've used, I think they've used it pretty sparingly before, but like you have a card that's like really generic, right? Like say I have a 2/2, like say the Emrakul is a 2/2 for 3 colorless, right?
Right.
So he costs 3, he's a 2/2, right? And maybe he's like a 2/2 indestructible. Ooh. And then if you pay 1 of every color, he does something crazy. Or if you pay 15 colorless, he does something crazy.
Why don't you just give him Monstrosity? One of every color.
I like that.
I like it.
Make it monstrous, right? So you got, like
Wizards,
you said.
take notes.
Yeah, two indestructible cost you 3, right? But
in itself, that's good.
Yeah, in itself, that's fine. People
it.
would play it, but then Monstrosity. And it may be that Monstrosity is 15. Maybe it's whatever it is. And then all of a sudden, he wakes up and he's Emrakul again. But yeah, it was one of those things.
She.
Baby Emrakul?
Yeah.
Come on, Wizards went through the press release for it, so we gotta abide by it, you know.
Okay, fine, I'm sorry.
Gender fluid.
In a world where you're supposed to be gender fluid, Emrakul is not.
Well, I mean, that just
female.
means that someone went and checked. But anyway.
Emrakul will hold
probably
shit
lost
that
her
happened
life
during the rise of Eldrazi against you to this day.
That's true.
Like,
well, there's the hand of Emrakul, which looks more like a finger, but that's not even there. But yeah, it was one of those things that just made me chuckle because I'm like, okay, well, let's go back into it because I love Demonic Tutor. Clearly, it's a stupid card. Yeah. Like, it's so powerful. And you're like, all right.
Especially to format a Commander.
Yeah, in Commander, you're like, oh, sure.
This is a wild card.
Well, and what's funny is like,
Joker.
You know, if you're playing Commander, you could, in theory, run all 5 of these and just be getting every card you wanted. I'd want to go find Griselbrand, but apparently me wanting to waste 7 of my own life is too difficult for other people to handle.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Let me control. Don't tell me how to live my life, Dad. Okay?
Life,
if I want to lose 7 life, that's my business. By the way, I'm still waiting for that person to play the Griselbrand. Let the other guy just like pay. Oh, by the way, Lightning Bolt. And you're dead. Before that goes off, Lightning Bolt, you just lost 7 life. Now you're dead. I keep waiting for that to happen. I don't ever see it, but I kind of wish. I know it can happen. It's got to happen.
Closest I've come is in a game. We were playing in a Legacy tournament, and I was playing Storm, and my opponent was playing show and tell.
Uh-huh.
And we had brain freezes in our sideboard of our storm deck for other matches. So you try to mill your opponent out.
Right.
And we had a counter war over the initial show and tell. So my opponent like played a lotus petal, then tried to do something. I countered what he was doing. You know, I played a counter. He force of willed my counter, and then went off and put Crystal Brand into play. And he went to draw 7. And he went to draw 7 the second time. In response to the second draw 7, I got to brain freeze him before the draw happened, and it milled him down to like 5 cards in his deck. So the Crystal Brand ability actually killed him.
Yeah.
And he had drawn a counter, but brain freeze had storm. So in response to the ability being triggered, we milled his deck to less than 7 cards.
So good. Yeah,
It's a
but
great
I mean,
feeling.
yeah,
Great feeling.
You know, look, there's
should
clearly
definitely be
answers.
banned.
He definitely. Whatever. I don't know. I love that card. Anyway, so that's what. Now you have been tutored. Hopefully you've learned something.
Yeah, right.
So here's the best part, my favorite part of the show. It's when Josh brings goodies. So Josh came into the office this morning. I'm not going to put his address on camera. But he goes, by the way, I have something for you for the show. And I'm like, oh my, so I have no idea what this is. Do you know what it is?
So for those of you that don't know anything about me at home, I love Chaos Sealed, and Chaos Drafting is my favorite. So a lot of times I'll randomly just order from stores online that have cool packs or cool things that I've not had. You know, lands and cool stuff for building decks better, and then some booster packets.
Ooh, okay, so here we go. So we got some, we'll start with the booster packs.
Ooh. I also don't know what's in this one because I ordered like 6 things last week online, so it could be anything.
All right, so here we go. Oh, we have an Unhinged.
Unhinged!
Oh my goodness. Okay, so by the way, there is another tutor in Unhinged. I just didn't include it.
Booster tutor.
It don't count.
It don't count. Ooh, here we go. We've got
There's
Return.
also on the tutors. There's also Imperial Seal, which is a 1 mana tutor printed in Portal 3 Kingdoms. It's worth like $300.
Yeah.
And it is a vampiric tutor, only it's a sorcery.
So we have a Return to Ravnica. That was a fun set. Ravnica's still my favorite, probably my favorite set of recent memory.
Ravnica's great.
Ravnica was so much fun.
It's a great set for sure.
We got a 2013 core set. This that's
nice.
kind of fun. We got a 2011 core set. Oh, that's not going to stand up. So that's fun. Oh, here we go. 2010.
And a 2010.
2010. And then hit this. This may be my favorite one. Dissension.
Oh, original.
That's
when it was expert level.
This is expert. Right. Guys, we're experts. All right, you can't argue with this. Although you can probably argue with this. All right, what else
we got in here, Josh?
What else do you get us?
Let's see. These are probably lands. A lot of times when we do Chaos Draft or Chaos Seal, we'll do a Chaos pack, and then we'll do a pack that's set up with added lands.
I don't know what's this.
Speaking of tutors,
ooh,
in fact,
here it is. This is what a coinky dink.
Yeah.
Here's the other tutor, guys. This is Booster Tutor.
Nice, let's see.
All right, open a sealed magic booster pack, reveal the cards, and put one of those cards in your hand. Okay, I wish that was a real thing.
Right?
Like, how? Hey guys, what do you got over there? Can I get a Kaladesh real quick over here? Okay, let's see. Oh, Torrential Gearhulk. Like, oops. Like, ooh, that's fun. What else? Let's see. We got some Scissor Lizard. Okay,
I got the rock, paper, and the scissors.
We got the rock, paper, and scissors. Here we go, guys. This is for my friend Jen Cotarobos out there. Rock Lobster, that's her nickname. I'm gonna have to make sure she is. Ooh, and we got paper tigers. Oh man. Okay, so how do I want to just build a deck with all these. It's just so weird. Oh well, here we go. So we got a Sungrass Prairie. It's a little Odyssey. It's a little.
That is his favorite set.
Yeah.
I do love Odyssey.
You do, and it's
certainly top 3. If it's not the favorite, it's top 3.
Yeah.
It's also where I started playing Magic, like knowing how to play. I played a little bit in Urza Saga, but I didn't really know how to play. I just thought the guys looked cool.
Little Darkwater Catacombs.
I thought Legends were the best creatures when I played in Urza Saga, and they were all terrible. It was like Sabu and like 7/4s.
Hey guys, look, I'm just saying, I'm still waiting for my Urza Planeswalker. The man's a genius. He deserves to be a Planeswalker. Yeah, ooh, we got some fun dual lands in here. Ooh, a triple land. We got a Citadel, so that's always fun, especially nowadays. Oh, here we go. Here's the Chaos Confetti. Okay, guys, so for those of you who've never had fun tearing up a Magic card, as you know on this show, I have. Tear Chaos Confetti into pieces, throw the pieces onto the playing area from a distance of at least 5 feet. Now look, you have to measure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You have
if you're
to
not
measure.
standing on a chair above the table
Yeah,
doing
it
the
doesn't
sprinkle,
count.
it doesn't count.
Destroy
It doesn't
each
count.
card in play that a piece touches. Remove the pieces from the game afterwards. So, does it count as going into your library or your graveyard?
The pieces do not. They get exiled.
Just,
It's just
it's
what
just
they
one of
hit.
those things. Just when they hit. Okay, yeah, we got some fun dual lands. Oh, this is good times.
Yeah, a bunch of these ones are dual lands too.
Oh,
All the
yeah.
invasion dual lands, some plain lands.
Oh,
like I
yeah.
was saying, when you chaos draft, one of the things that's weird is some of the sets don't have enough like multicolored lands.
Yeah.
So it's really hard. You're like, oh, I want to play this 3-color decks. I got these cool things. But if you're not playing with like
Yeah.
invasion or one of the 3-color or one of the
Shards or
3-colored
something,
sets,
yeah.
or shards or whatever, or even cons to some extent,
Yeah.
you're kind of locked out. Where it's really, really difficult to get the mana base. So we like to add in a pack that's basically just weird stuff like this. We'll mix in lands, cards like Chaos Confetti, random mirrors like this.
Ooh.
Oh, here's another Chaos Confetti. Nice.
Oh man, we're all running it.
It's a
You're
black,
anticipating if you get ripped
red.
Oh, here we go. This pretty.
We
This
got
pretty
a
sexy.
baller goblin
Yeah.
token from back
Hey
in the day.
Tim, I know you're out there, buddy. Here you go. Here's your goblin token.
Ooh, there's
like
that new shit.
like legit goblin token, buddy. Well, cool, Josh. Thank you, buddy. Ooh, what else you get? Anything?
This is a Yavimaya, so I got a couple
Ooh.
pain lands in there too.
Ooh, pain lands are fun. It's so
Let me
painful.
see these do it.
But anyway, yeah,
come
no.
with each?
Yeah, there's some fun stuff in there. Rock paper scissors, baby.
Oh, there we go. We do got
There
at
it
least
is.
one
Rock
of each.
paper scissors. Oh yeah.
up. Another kid.
And adjust your sombrero.
Whoops, that didn't work. Let's try it again. There we go. So you sacrifice to look through target player's sideboard and remove any 3 of those cards from the remainder of the match. Yokir Okoro instead. I feel like someone's about to get sued for this. So this is not unhinged. That's cracked. No. Wait,
Unglued.
Unglued. That's
Unglued
right.
was the
Unglued.
first, and unhinged was the second.
Yeah. So yeah, oh my goodness, there's some. We'll have to. So what we'll do is we'll open these offline. We'll let you know what happens,
Oh, we will.
and we'll post some of the
Well,
fun, tasty.
Basically, I
bits.
keep them in a big bag. I think we're up
Yeah.
to about 100 packs now. And at some point, we'll do a chaos seal. We'll do a chaos draft.
Yeah, I think
know?
that'll be good.
Oh, it's great times, man. If you've never done it, it's fantastic. And don't let people see their packs when they pick them. That's the key.
Yeah,
Like when you
no,
get
no.
3 packs, you get the 3 packs you get. There's no tradesies or looking or.
Well, and
You know.
and then it's just fun because you don't know what's gonna happen. Clearly, like you said before, some sets have 3 colors in them. Some are very, tribal. Some of them aren't tribal. Could you imagine getting a Lorwyn deck and you're like, okay, well, I got a bunch of little Kithkin now that run around.
Right.
But so yeah, no, definitely we'll have to do maybe we'll do a little chaos booster next month. Getting ready for some fun release times. That could be good times. Just go nuts.
Just go nuts.
Go
Go
nuts.
nuts.
Go
Get
nuts.
butt.
Anyway, that's all we have for you today on Magic Monday. Again, congratulations to the U.S. national team. I think they're going to represent us really well. I think it's going to be a blast. Again, go out, take whatever deck you want with you to Friday Night Magic. Just come hang out with Josh and Christian. They'll beat you, but you'll have fun in the process. They won't be mean about it. But no, try everything.
I will be.
He will be.
He's always nice,
Christian's
though.
always. He's the teddy bear. But have fun with it. That's. I
I'll
think.
tell you how you messed up after.
Yeah. Well, no, you won't tell. We'll help you with your deck after the fact.
Yeah,
if there's some
always.
things you want to do, like if
Every
you're Nick
time.
Vieira and you need help with after the fact.
Nah, not Vieira.
Okay, so if you're as long as you're not Nick
If you
Vieira,
are
you're
literally
fine.
anybody in the world not Nick Vieira, we will help you
Then
with your
we'll
deck.
help you with your deck. But yeah, go out, have fun. Again, next Monday we'll be back 2:00. Make sure to check it out. I'm David, Christian, Josh. Till then,
Hey, have
fun.
a good week, guys.